Okay.
Why was that necessary? Whatever. There's the tip.
It's our clapper.
Episode 31.
Sure.
I'm joking. We have no idea which episode it is.
It could be.
We actually need to get caught up and figure out what the fuck episode it is.
Yeah, which right now, well, you know how these past maybe 2 weeks we haven't really recorded much.
Yeah, the past 2 weeks we haven't released.
Which
No, wait. Okay.
the past 2 weeks we
This
haven't
is
really
our
recorded
chance.
much.
Yeah, we haven't recorded much.
Which was, I thought, the perfect time to catch up and release maybe the ones where we talk about our movies in 1 week.
Jamie doesn't have internet,
And
and
then
I'm a lazy fuck.
See, and you used to complain about me getting lazy. I stayed on schedule.
Yeah, but at the same time, you have a video editor that you know will work for you.
It doesn't work.
What do you mean?
That's like a piece of shit.
Okay, you're able to put audio with a picture.
Oh yeah,
I
you can
can't.
do that in Windows Movie Maker.
I don't have Windows Movie Maker for some reason.
You get download it, can't you?
Pretty sure I could, but I don't know if it'll cost money.
Plus, I'm pretty sure on since it's it's in .mpeg. The video?
No, I think it's WMA.
The video? No, it's in MPEG.
Is it?
I exported an MPEG, which is probably why no picture is coming up.
Oh,
So I'm pretty sure I didn't make it with. That's why I kept telling you just upload it. Even if it doesn't have a picture, what does it matter? It's a podcast.
so you're okay having a podcast that's just a black screen?
If it's just that one, yeah. Because if there's something visual happening, yeah. But
I guess. But anyway, so
but I am pretty sure it has a picture.
yeah, okay.
Try uploading to YouTube.
All right. So anyway, I was gonna say something. Oh yeah. Remember, it is probably best if you watch our podcast in 1.5 speed, and you can just do that by there's a little gear in the bottom
settings.
in the bottom right corner of the video
Player.
player. There's a little gear, and if you click on that, it'll show you a speed setting and it says normal. If you hit normal, it'll bring up a list and just hit 1.5, and that should make things at a kind of, I find it a more comfortable pace, at least for our podcasts, simply because we tend to talk things out, and sometimes whenever we have to think, we pause, and we're not always good at editing those out. So, by the way, what I'm thinking is going to happen with the future is this summer I'm going to be working.
With jetpacks.
No.
That's another Scott Pilgrim.
What? What is that a reference to?
Scott Pilgrim.
Oh.
Did you really see a future with this girl? With jetpacks?
Oh well. So what hopefully this summer I am going to be working at a better job. It's going to be paying twice as much, and I'll be working 3 times as much. So I should be able to save up for a gaming PC, which I actually I know this is the whole standard fucking way to do shit on the internet now. I'm gonna make a gaming channel just because not even because the fridge turning on. Not even because I'm oh my gosh, I can get so many views off it. I just want to play and talk to myself without it seeming weird. And then if I get a couple views, that's cool.
Lucas, why are you talking to yourself? No, I'm recording it for the internet. Oh, okay.
See, I really feel this day and age, that's an acceptable answer. Don't you?
Because isn't that a Childish Gambino's album title?
What?
Because of the internet.
Because the internet?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I think the
I don't
cover is
keep up with
this
Childish
little
Gambino.
buffering wheel.
Oh, nice. There's but yeah, I plan to build a gaming PC and do that, and then I'm probably going to get a MacBook Pro.
You're breaking your vow of
What?
silence with Apple?
Okay, I don't like Apple. Truth is, though, they are really kind of the best product to go with if you're going with video and image editing, because they are so simple that they're basically able to get the highest quality software for that type of stuff. I can find it. I can find it. I'm gonna end up actually probably doing a lot of image editing and video editing on a PC that I've got an idea for, which has 2 separate graphics cards, and one's for color depth and the other's for
Stuff.
It's hard to explain. But I'm going to do that and see how that works with videos, and then images. But audio, I don't like FLAC. I'll be honest. I don't like FLAC. FLAC is stupid.
Stupid name.
It's
FLAC.
FLAC.
Why do you need the 2 A's? I don't care if it's an acronym. Get rid of the A.
Yeah, shut up in AACP. Call it NACP.
Heck,
NACP. But so yeah,
that sounded like a
we're probably
slur.
what NACP.
Nakpa.
MacBook Pro.
Anyway,
So we're probably gonna end up actually recording onto that. One of the things that is cool about the MacBooks, though, it's gonna look cool with my mic
so like
because
the
it's
color
it's
scheme.
like silver with like the white.
Yeah, and it's sort of flat too.
Yeah.
I'm planning on getting a job this summer. Planning on buying a drum machine.
Drum machine.
Yeah.
Getting into the drums.
Yes.
All
And
right.
not because like
All right. Okay. So this podcast. I'm sorry. This podcast officially became the Summer Plans podcast.
sure, whatever. And like I plan I'm not good at instruments. Like at all.
At all.
Like if I can like
Your melodic is pretty good. Like, well, I guess that's the same for me. Like, whenever I know something on the piano, like I know the movements, it's easy for me. But like,
yeah, and it takes practice. Like I know like I can't really play it like lots
but
of
you can't
songs.
like read music and be like, so that's this one.
No, I can't read music for shit.
I can read music, but I can't like instrumentally read music.
Yeah. Like I can't read music, so what I will do is I'll just look up someone playing it and then try to copy as best as possible their finger movements.
Basically,
Like I think that's what the Beatles did. Like they knew chords, but they didn't know. I don't think Paul McCartney still doesn't know how to read music. I think.
really,
Yeah, he just doesn't know.
Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
You think he just like does he play guitar?
Yeah. He
Okay.
plays bass, guitar,
He's just
trumpet, drums.
He just like strums and then like he's like, "Dang." No, that doesn't sound.
Yeah, that's basically how you do it. That's
No.
basically how they did it. Like, all right, C, 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 G. That's not right. Yeah, I got the lyric sheet. Fuck.
Why does that matter right now?
Like my friend.
Help! I need somebody's help.
So shut up.
They wrote the best music that way, though.
Yeah, they did. Like my friend Fritz, he can play bass, and he has like music sheets, and I'm like, oh, you know how to read music? He's like, no.
Is it all tabs?
It's tabs, yeah.
Oh my gosh! Like,
So he just knows by tabs.
yeah. Well, I mean, like that's kind of a
Which,
good
he can
way.
play. He can play Riders of the Storm by the Doors.
Riders on the Storm.
Yeah, he can play that on bass just by.
That's pretty awesome. I really like the bass part in that. But like tabs, that's a good alternative because it's like instrument specific.
Yeah.
And like, it's not that. I don't know. It's the same level of like learning because you know the tabs. It's
You
just
just-
like
okay, it looks
you
like you
can't
were-
look at music and be like, okay, da da da.
Okay, if I were to film you right now, what you were just doing,
Yeah.
take out your audio and put in maybe like Small Talk at 125th and Lennox by Gil Scott Heron, you look like a beat poet. You have like headphones and you're doing like this and stuff. You're doing headphones.
What is that? Okay, is that the thing where it's like one question? No, okay. On YouTube this week recently, probably not, but on YouTube this week recently, there's been like a commercial that I've been seeing, and it's like this, like
Is it a dude?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a black dude, and he's like sitting there, and he's talking, and he's got the paperboy hat on, and he's got like headphones,
Yeah.
and he's like one question, and like the opening,
seen that, yeah.
he says one question, and then like you hear the needle hit like a record, and then it's like you hear the cracks of the record, and like you hear like kind of I don't know if there's music, I can't remember. There probably is like something hip hopish, but
You know what's weird? Out of all the music that could be considered pretentious, like poetry, like slam poetry like that, for some reason I enjoy.
I like slam poetry,
Yeah.
but like I like good slam poetry. I don't like the shit like Southmore does usually. I'm high school. Do we really need to?
No,
Southmore's kind of a vague name.
it's a vague name.
Even if they do know, it doesn't matter.
We don't like. It's. I guess we could say it's like a safety thing, but like, I don't know.
Because you could say the exact thing. I'm not going to name off an elementary school or a middle school. Like that's a little bit weird.
I guess.
But like, yeah. So, like you would say the name of like, oh, I'm going to OU or TU.
Well,
or
that's
whatever.
and that's also because college is just it's not.
It's a
like-
lot more public, I guess.
Yeah. Which is weird. I get what you're saying though.
Yeah, but yeah, whatever. We go to.
So in our poetry, like, there's good poets there.
Yeah.
Lots of times I feel like the people who are really good at certain things aren't showy about it. Like I feel the people who are showy about it, like they might have skill. Like I'm not saying like some of them just are not good at it, but then some of them are. But I'm saying like the ones that are usually don't like even the type of people you don't even know have this certain skill usually are really good at it.
You know what I really fucking hate? It's like whenever I'm like,
Everybody who walks around with drawing pads,
no,
filled
okay,
with anime, like our friend
filled with anime characters. That's fucking
Yeah.
stop.
Okay,
Fucking stop it.
Yeah, Okay, do
our
you
friend
mind if I
Tyler,
say? Yeah, okay. I was gonna say
uh,
he's pretty good.
He's pretty good. He has a YouTube channel. I
Yeah.
can't remember the name of it.
Tyler H.
Tylan H. Okay, TYLANH.
H.
Give him some.
I don't know if there's videos on there. Is there?
Yeah, there is. There's a few. Like,
He also has
He
an art
pro-
page. He has it's THA.
oh yeah, is it on
So-
Facebook?
Yeah.
He has a. I think.
I'm
it's
a- I'm
on
a-
Facebook.
I'm a what's it called administrator on that page. I don't know
You
why.
are?
Yeah, I just like I was on my pages that I have, which I have I think one, and it was like THA. I'm like,
TH.
Tyler's page.
Tyler
I guess I run
Higgins.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know why, but I do.
I'm not sure if he's uploaded anything on anything in a while because, like, I know on his YouTube channel when he first started it, it was like
There was a video of him with Lady Gaga. Like
What?
I know there's the first video I saw with him in it was he was lying in bed and I guess he was playing like a Lady Gaga song at like half the speed and it sounded like a demon. No, that's all.
Was he like, dude, this sounds so weird.
No, he's just staring at the camera.
That's creepy. Yeah, but so like he's really good at drawing and like whenever
He's an awesome painter.
yeah, and painter and like he wants to like I remember last time I heard about his career path desires. He said that he wanted to be a DC Comics artist,
Oh, that's tight.
Which
DC
he
has
did-
some really good artists.
which yeah, they get paid well enough and like.
Well, I mean, the comic book industry, like mainstream comic book, like DC, Marvel, whatever. The comics, at least, is a dead industry. Other if like you just like drawing,
Kinda, yeah.
which like if like indie companies
Basically,
or
basically, they make comics now to test the waters for what would be a good story for a movie.
basically that's I saw this interview with R. Crumb, which is my favorite like comic artist, and he was talking to this one dude. He's like, "Well, yeah, I feel like I don't really enjoy like ongoing comic book or superhero comics, and they're fine, but I guess they're fine for how much money their industry makes." And the dude, I think he's either like a higher up in DC or Marvel. He's like, "Oh, the comic book industry is pretty much dead. They just
Yeah.
keep these characters alive for like fans
Yeah.
and for movies."
See, like that's why I like. Okay, with comic books, what I don't like is that it's like, all right, you get a monthly issue that's about 10 pages long, and it's the story.
22, approximately.
What 22 pages?
Yeah.
approximately. Okay, well, yeah, but like. I guess that's better than a lot of like online comics that I read because I read one called Menage a Trois, which is like French for something three.
Coup d'état.
Coup d'état, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
I love
it's
the
like
circle jerks.
Menage a
Look it
Trois.
up.
Menage a Trois basically it means like something. I think it's something about like love of three or something. It's like a threesome. Like if you are in a menage a trois, you're in a threesome.
I feel it.
But
Three's
like-
Company and shit.
But it's like basically this guy he figures out that his two male roommates are gay for each other.
Oh, okay. This is a
And
turn.
the first episode or the first episode. Fuck the first issue. The first page is
Oh
basically
yeah, because online comics sometimes they'll be like this month, this page, or maybe this week, like page 1, and a little bit later.
yeah. Okay,
the next page.
so in this one at least now I'm not sure how they did it early on. They update it on I think Tuesdays and Thursdays only, and then like they have a lot of other. They have like a spin-off comic of one of the main characters. His name is Dylan. It's called Sticky Dilly Buns. He's
that sounds gross.
one of the gay ones. But
okay.
basically, him and the other guy broke up eventually because
Sticky
like,
dilly buns.
because he like dated or he got with some girl.
Yeah.
And like so the real gay one, like the other guy's bi. Dylan's fucking gay as shit.
Dylan,
But,
Dylan's gay.
yeah. So Dylan like, dude, what is that?
Okay, I'll bring it up. Since
Okay.
we were talking about music and then now comics.
Okay, yeah. But Dylan's like he's living with the main character whose name is Gary. He's living with his favorite porn star, which is Amber, I believe her name is.
Is this a real person?
No.
Okay, I was about to say.
But yeah. So it's like a really fun comic with a bunch of twists and turns. There's a lot of like sexual humor to it, and a lot of it's like either this person's gay. What's awesome is like a lot of the recent stuff, which I love it when the main character is able to get like a good break, because like it's almost like this comic's not about the main character at all anymore.
It's one of those things.
It's one of those things where like the other characters have developed so much that it's kind of become like a whole group thing, and then every now and then it checks back in on Gary, and you could still feel that he's the main character, but at the same time,
He's like I guess he's the audience.
yeah,
There's some characters that like you feel like, oh, I don't feel like he's the main character, and then you kind of realize that he's
watching everything happen.
He's watching everything happen. Yeah.
Yeah. So, sorry, I had to take a drink of my chocolate milk.
Which we explained you are lactose intolerant, apparently.
Yeah, and I have a half gallon of chocolate milk. So, anyway, so basically, like, recently, Gay Dylan, right? Sticky Dilly Buns? Well, I guess not recently, this was, like, probably a year ago, that he taught Gary this thing called, like, the swirly gig, or swirly go round, which is basically a kissing method, and then Gary thought he was kissing a girl because it was dark when he was eating her out, and it became like the most intense experience of her lifetime because he did the swirly go round or something like that. I can't remember exactly. So this, like, now he's like a legend in the sack, and like everyone's trying to get with him, and it's pretty awesome.
That's funny.
Like, yeah. But there's a lot of like misunderstanding and almost cringe comedy in it, but like it's pretty great.
So, want to get into this?
Yeah, sure. What is that, man?
Okay, I'll put a picture of it on screen. Bam! It's a French comic.
Is that Venture Bros?
No, it's not Venture Bros.
That looks like...
Tones.
Oh, I thought that was Hank.
Those are the white stripes.
Oh, I thought... Okay, you see the center part? I thought
Yes.
the top one was Hank.
Those are Rolling Stones.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, that's
Oh. I get
that's
it.
Keith Richards.
I get it. Tones isn't...
So, Toons doesn't. Yeah. So it's a French comic. So we were talking about like I like ongoing superhero comics, and
I like slice of life comics.
I don't. Yeah, that's what I like the most. But like,
See, like, I don't really care. I don't care as much for slice of life anime. I kind of like it if it fits in with, like, action stuff. But, like, comics are one of the things I can get into slice of life
yeah,
stuff.
like I enjoy like superhero like ongoing comics, but usually I just buy those if I see them. I usually don't buy full like storylines. I don't know. I have this weird fascination. Like I have just like little chunks of Spectacular Spider-Man, and I'm like,
Dude, it's Fritz.
I know, right? He really looks like John Lennon. It's weird. Yeah, so, and like, I enjoy those, but I usually like more graphic novels. And this is, I guess, not really a graphic novel. It's like a guide / graphic novel.
See,
it's like
I really feel like that's not a graphic novel, though. That looks
not.
way more like a comic book.
it's a collection of comics
Let me see it.
bound
Okay.
together into a novel.
See, like, that's what I was going to say. I don't like how they release, like, 22 pages every month.
Huh?
Which, I mean, again, that's online comics that I read release about 2 a week, which averages out to about 8 a month, which is way worse.
Yep.
But at the same time, I feel like I'm getting more just because they can be like, oh,
And plus, it's just
interesting.
a
And then
dude. It's probably just two dudes who just uploaded online.
yeah, and it's like, I click
It's
on
not a
it,
business to them.
I
necessarily.
click into it, and I'm like, it's pretty cool. And then I just click away.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But, like, if something intense is happening, like, intense as shit is going on, and I'm
wanna
like,
keep going. That's
ooh,
why,
and I get to the end of an issue, and I'm like, I need this.
You know, that's why. You know what Omnibus is?
Yeah.
I love Omnibus because they collect everything from like if there's like a certain thing that has ended or still ongoing, they'll take like something that'll probably span about 200 issues and condense them into probably like 10 graphic novel sized books of just all the other. Like I have the first omnibus of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Really?
Yeah, and I can't find the other ones. I just found the first one.
Weird. But,
Oddly enough.
like that. That's why I'm saying I like Scott Pilgrim. I like graphic novels a lot better because they end up being about this thick.
Yeah.
Which is, if you want to show like a side view of this on the show.
Sapow!
No,
I'm not putting in anything,
I
but
but yeah, they end up being about that thick, and like they release, I guess every couple years, but at least you get through like the main points of a certain part of the plot.
yeah.
Like
Scott Pilgrim, you get a good enough story to like if
to
that was
hold-
like if that
okay,
was
Scott
like,
Pilgrim released, I think one every like average about year and 1 3/4 of a year.
Yeah, so like instead of having a bunch of issues and you like, because if I'm not saying this would be better because I like them in graphic novel form, but if they released them as issues, that would have been a hell of a twist. Because first issue is like when he's hanging out and he first sees Ramona,
Yeah.
and like for most
Okay,
of the book,
you're
it's just-
right. You're right.
For most
'Cause,
of
like,
for
the majority of the story is like,
So
oh,
about-
he's a normal guy, and then you get
so
to
about
like
a
the
half
last
an-
what would be an issue, like that last
you're
about
like
22
what
pages.
the hell is
and-
happening?
Well, what's weird? What
For most of it, it's like really goofy, but for most of like cartoony realism, as in like it's still cartoony, but it's not doing anything really bizarre until you get to like when they're at their concert and then just
yeah.
then you'd be like,
what the
The
fuck?
Yeah. And then
Yeah,
you will
because
wait.
it'd be like 10 months of anticipation on this like slice of life comedy that you love slice of life rom-com that you love so much, and you're just like, dude, this is great. Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Life, this is that arc. Like, what I like is whenever they'll put like this character, or like they'll put like this title, arc name, and like it'll be like also like this would be arc 1.
Yeah.
Which is what, like, since they're in like novel form, they kind of have to do that because it's like book 1, book 2, book 3. But like, if they were to do that with the issues, it would be way cooler. I feel, because you could almost be like, all right, like you could feel like the arc is coming to an end slowly, and like you'd be like, this is it. This is the.
And
It wouldn't even be the 10th issue that we get to that point, because it'd be like
and it would, if you
'Cause
did
there's
it like in issues, it would still equal out to about a book a year.
it would be about a book every 7 months, I'd say. Because I can't say that there's more than like
Good point.
150 pages.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like so like you get to that last book and you'd be like, okay, it's coming to an end. I wonder if he'll get Ramona. Blah blah blah. Like, you know.
You know what I like too?
And then it's like flipping through and it's just like, what the fuck? Who is this Patel guy? What the hell? And then like it's like
This turned into a video game. Sort of.
7 evil. What the fucks?
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, this season's over. In about 3 months, we'll release issue 1 of the next arc. And it's like, okay, so 3 months later, you get the first episode, or the first page, or issue, and you're like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
I guess the first 6 issues were just complete bullshit. Whatever.
And do you realize how in Scott Pilgrim, like over the course of the series, the change in arts, there's a change in art style.
It's so nice, though.
And then you can like at first when it's slice of life, it's cartoony, but it's drawn.
Can I-
It's really
can I-
sustained. Everyone's like, Scott Pilgrim is a 22-year-old or 23, whatever. He looks tall, you know. And then by the end, everyone's like squished, squashed, cartoon. Like everyone has a clear design at this point. Like Scott from volume 6 looks really different from Scott from
Okay,
Volume 1.
here's what I want
I
to
love
equate.
it.
Here's what I want to equate it to. The cover photo of Scott in issue 1 is the first picture of Arthur the Aardvark, and then
and
Scott
it's a slow progression
is
into
slow
a bear
progression
dude.
into Canadian.
I see it. I clearly see it.
You say
So,
American? What?
Wait.
Okay.
You're like 2 Canadian. I'm like, I see it. I see it. I didn't mean anything by it.
No. I mean, before that, I thought you said to an American dude. Like-
To a bear-looking guy,
Oh, bear. Oh, fuck.
which I guess American.
No.
So back to this book, Tunes. Okay, so I like comics and I like this, and so I saw this because it was comics and I had music. And the beginning of last year, I was an unqualified, pretentious prick about music
Yeah.
because I was like, oh, I have better taste than everybody. I like the Beatles, and you know
You know what was bullshit? Okay, you know what was bullshit about you when I met you?
what?
Like, we were like first starting to hang out, like we got off at the same stop and like we would just like talk while we were walking home. This sounds gay. But
Holding hands and
I'm
shit?
fine with that. We were holding hands, we kissed. No, but I kissed him goodnight. He's like, mm. So
Why were you there until he just showed up in my bedroom window?
yeah. But so like we would talk about random shit and like I'd be like, oh yeah, man, what kind of like I would be listening to music and be like I'd be like he'd say something and I'd be like, oh yeah, you've heard this song? And he's like, no, I never heard of it. And I'd be like, by this person? He's like, no, I never heard of him. And I'm like, oh yeah, man, well, what kind of music do you listen to? And he goes, I just really listen to the Beatles. And I'm like, really? And he goes, yeah. And every now and then there's like a different rock song that I like.
Yeah,
But-
like that's what I mean. Like,
And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Listen to more music. And you're
Yeah.
like, no, I'm fine.
and then I started
No.
listening to like soundtracks and stuff, which gave me more of an ego. I'm like, I listen to fucking the '60s lounge pop and jazz.
And like,
You Neanderthals.
and then you were sitting there, you were sitting there bobbing your head to some techno music, and you're like, fuck, I like techno.
I don't really like techno.
What?
I don't really like techno. Like,
You like-
the Human League, people say is like a really great band, and like I guess yeah. for
Okay,
their-
okay.
But I don't like it.
Not techno. Electronic.
I like electronic music.
Yeah, you don't like techno. You like electronic. But like you sit there and you're bobbing your head to some of the electronic music, and you're like, fuck, I like techno. I like electronic.
Yeah. Like the music that you listen to, like you and some of your friends listen to, like that kind of like 90s, 2000s, like kind of like grungy sounding rock.
Dude, to be honest, I really like everyone's will say like I like all kinds of music except this, except this, except this. I really only don't like what the fuck is it?
Country pop.
Western and country.
I like some
Modern okay, Western and country, modern rap, modern hip hop, modern pop. Okay, there's a long list actually. Fuck. But I will listen to a lot of shit. Like everyone can be like, oh, this band sucks. This band sucks. I don't like Attack Attack, but like everyone's like, oh,
Heard of
there's
Massive Attack?
Massive Attack.
Massive Attack is
Who's that?
shit. It's like a hip hop electro duo.
I don't
Or
care.
DJs. They're good.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Alright.
And so like that
So
type of
these
music
sounds-
that you guys listen to.
What?
Like
What'd you say?
you know that's like the type of like the genre of rock that you listen to, like I said that like kind of grungy.
Bowling for Two,
Sure. No, not Bowling for Soup,
Sum 41,
but like yeah.
The White Stripes.
No, I love the White Stripes. Whatever. But you know what type of music I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I don't like that music.
Fuck off.
Like at all.
Like what?
Like at all. Like I don't think you like this band. I don't know. You might like Paramore.
Paramore's all right.
Like
Like
My Chemical Romance. I don't like
I like My Chemical Romance.
Green Day.
I only like a few My Chemical Romance though. A lot of
I really don't like Green Day at all.
Green Day. I was into Green Day as a kid.
Blink 182.
No, I'm not. Blink 182 has their moments for me. It's
I understand that. Like I understand. Like I'm not
like
saying
a lot of those bands. Like a lot of those bands, it's like I really don't like the sound of most of their music, but like they have their really
yeah.
great
Like
moments.
I guess I mean this is cliche to say, but like American Idiot. I'm like,
American Idiot's a good one. I like
what's that one by My Chemical Romance? The teenagers scare the living shit out of me.
Teenagers.
Oh really?
Teenagers
That one I
scare
like.
the living
That one I like.
shit out of
There's
me.
like stuff like that I don't like, and I always felt like
You know what's okay? You know the best way to describe my favorite type of music is 90s movie intro songs.
like Smash Mouth.
Yeah, like fucking smack, like anything you can put like a high school B-roll of kids walking into the school with
Yeah.
that music playing. That's my favorite.
You know what
type
I
of music.
realized my favorite genre of music is? I would say rock, and I guess it is still rock. But like I always think like like
Rock
60s
and roll.
no, that's the weird thing. Like I always thought like 60s rock, like the later 60s.
That tends to be rock and roll though.
Yeah, and I would listen to them, and like now at this point, I'm more into like that early, like late 70s new wave. Before new wave was called new wave, like where punk and like all these weird bands. That's my favorite genre.
So,
like that's
like-
my favorite area now.
Would that be like post rock or something like that?
And this is confusing. Okay, so it started off as just like different, and then like punk bands would just call themselves rock and roll band,
Yeah.
and then people labeled them as punk, which became its own genre. And then punk bands hated to be called punk because it was
Where-
a way of like commercializing it.
Yeah.
And then from punk, it was still going on, but from punk came new wave and post punk. And so if it started off as punk, which you can imagine like the Ramones, Clash, and then hardcore punk.
Fucking-
There they are. And then,
wait, no.
There's Sex Pistols.
Sex Pistols.
There's the Ramones and the Clash is somewhere right here. There's the Clash. And
Why do you like the Sex Pistols?
okay, so like those were like punk, and then there came hardcore punk like Black Flag and Bad Brains and Dead Kennedys.
Black Flag.
Black Flag
Do you remember?
and
you
Black
told-
Flag is the best.
You told me about the gay Black Flag cover band.
Yeah.
Black
Okay, if you
Flag.
like Black Flag, which is a hardcore punk band, look up Black Fag, which sounds offensive, but it's an all-gay Black Flag cover band.
Are they all black?
No,
Okay, they're white.
they're all white gay.
Okay.
But it's gross. And then like from punk, you got like new wave, which was like it was like poppier than punk, but it was too experimental to be called pop, like Blondie and the Police
Yeah.
and the Bugles.
Oh yeah, dude, locked out of heaven by the police.
Swag. And then there came post punk, which was like it came from punk, and it was like it had some pop from new wave, but it was way too experimental. That would be like Joy Division and PIL and stuff like that, which was
Joy
just like
Division
weird.
is depressing as fuck.
Yeah, it is. And so like that little area of rock, that's my favorite.
Really?
Before new wave got really poppy, like Aha.
I love
and,
Aha.
Later Blondie.
What was the song that Aha wrote that you were like, who wrote that? And I was like, Aha.
Oh. Take Me On.
Take on me.
Take on me.
Oh yeah, take me on.
Take me on.
Take
Da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
So-
no, it's take on me. Yeah.
So yeah, like this. Back to this book again. I used to be a pretentious fuck, and I
Yeah.
thought any modern music was shit. And for the most part, modern music is pretty shit.
I think the modern
2000 to 2009, overall is pretty bleh year or decade. It's pretty just not good.
Blah.
Bleh. But so I was like, and then my friend started introducing me to other music, which I didn't like that much. But like, I started liking hardcore punk for some reason, which I used to think was bad.
Yeah.
And then I found this in a library, And
Was
this is
that
like
the library?
I'm gonna use a JonTron quote. No, it's a bookstore. When I say library, I'm gonna use a JonTron quote. Toons, a comic book history of rock and roll, is akin to Windows Movie Maker. And now what I think he meant about that when talking about Super Mario All Stars, no, not All Stars, Legend of the Seven Stars, Super Mario RPG.
Okay.
When he was talking about Super Mario RPG, I think he meant like as when he described it as Windows Movie Maker, it's a basic form of it that's still easy to learn from, and to like let you explore. Like it's the gateway into the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
So like Windows Movie Maker, you start using that for a bit, and then you move on to like a different editor, and you kind of already know the basics from Windows.
Yeah.
And so like Super Mario RPG, you play that, and then you move on to Final Fantasy, and you get it more.
Okay. Like you say, Super Mario RPG, then jump to Final Fantasy. Like it, I guess that is a natural progression. But I feel like
I'm not saying directly to like, but you know what I mean, right?
yeah.
It's just like something to
I feel like
introduce you
it'd be. I feel like it'd be more like. I feel almost more like it would be. No, yeah, Super Mario RPG first because you've got a top-down view and it's a little bit easier to figure things out.
and it's more accessible to kids. I'm
But
assuming.
I was gonna say Super Mario RPG, then Legend of Zelda.
Nah, like RPG.
That is an RPG.
Well, but not really.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you enter.
It's
like,
It's
you
not
don't-
turn-based strategy.
No, that's
RPG.
what I mean.
Well, okay, but
Like
I'm saying like whenever you're progressing,
I like
you're
Zelda.
not
I
gonna
want
want
to
to
go play Golden Sun.
You're not gonna. You're not okay.
I love Golden Sun.
Whenever you're progressing in that type of field,
Yeah.
I feel like you're not gonna want to go with the whole like I only play turn-based games. Okay, probably the
You're a dick
easiest.
if you probably only play turn.
Probably the easiest thing that you can get into in games in general, actually, but also for just like turn-based strategy RPGs, Pokemon. Like it's so easy to learn.
You know what? Yeah, but I
Like,
think
it's even
he only
easier
said
to,
that.
like-
I think is because Super Mario RPG came before Pokemon. Yeah, came out like early.
I know.
90s.
I'm just saying. Like,
No, but you get what I mean, though. That's all I
yeah.
want.
Like
I know there's like you could easily argue it.
it's like
Really?
do Pokemon and then do Mario RPG because that's like
Yeah, I know.
because
I get
Super Mario RPG is a little bit more difficult and there's a lot more hidden stuff to it rather than Pokemon basally telling you where you need to go when.
Yeah,
you
I
need to
get
go
that, but
to it.
you get what I mean by like what
Yeah.
introductory. So that's what this was, and like, man, I was a fucking prick because I don't know what it was,
'Cause
but
it
like I
introduced
would only
you to
listen to certain bands and I thought it was better, and then like, nah. That's why like LCD Sound System is the last rock band in here included because they call it I guess the last rock band. Which when I first listened to them, I'm like, oh, these guys are retarded. They're obviously not a rock band. Yeah, they're kind of a rock band, sort of ish.
All right.
Dance punk. They're dance punk. So it's like a punk band with dudes on synthesizers. And shit.
Is the singer fat?
Yeah, the singer's fat.
Okay.
He looks like you.
Fuck
I
off.
said this before. No, I told you. I'm like, look,
Okay.
James Murphy. Lucas would look like James Murphy when he's 40.
All right.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
I'm hot.
You can
Is
sing,
he
right?
hot? Teenagers scare the lit. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So,
I'm in choir, so,
so
I
I
hope
got
I can
this,
sing.
and then like, this is a fucking awesome book.
Yeah,
like,
man.
it tells you about like obvious people like it starts off it's kind of it skips around but like it starts off at Little Richard, Elvis Presley, the Beatles, Rolling Stones. It includes the Kinks for some reason.
The Kinks.
Which I'm like
I noticed that. I was like, "There's the Kinks."
Yeah, but like I guess I get it now.
Yeah.
Janis, Pink Floyd, Jimi Hendrix, and then they include someone I've never heard of, Captain Beefheart.
You've never heard of Captain Beefheart?
Do you like Captain?
Neither have I.
Oh, I have now. I love Captain Beefheart.
Really?
He's this really weird dude who plays like psychedelic
David Bowie.
jazz weird blues.
Mhm.
Like if you listen to his album, like for the first time, you'll probably be like, "This is just noise." But like his voice has 8 different octaves.
Yeah.
He can sing really high and then like the
Oh, you can
lowest,
tell the way I use my walk and my walk.
like higher than the Bee Gees, and then he can sing all the way down to like Rob Zombie, or
So
not
he's
Rob
like-
Zombie, but like who's the guy that voiced Chef? Anyway, that guy.
Rob Zombie.
Yes. At that low. And like, it's really weird. And then like, so Captain Beefheart and David Bowie, which, alright, Elton John, Led
Okay.
Zeppelin. Nick Drake. Do you know who Nick Drake is?
I know who Nick Cannon and Drake Bell are.
Close enough. No. He's like, there's this dude that did like folk, like new wave folk, and he never got popular until like the internet came around basically. And by then he was dead. And then there's Iggy Pop, the godfather of punk. Iggy Pop's a weird dude. And
Keep
then
up.
Johnny Thunders.
Sid Vicious, am I right?
Yeah, totally. And then, like there's Johnny Thunders, which I've never heard of, but apparently he's really popular. Like, which is weird. Blondie, which Blondie.
Blondie.
AC/DC, the Ramones. Sex
Elton
Pistols, and
John.
The Clash.
What
Like,
about Elton John?
this is where I
Did you say Elton John?
Yes, I said
Did you say
Elton
Led
John.
Zeppelin?
I said Led Zeppelin.
All right.
Okay, so Ramones, Sex Pistols, and The Clash, the three best punk bands, in my opinion. They're
Yeah.
awesome. And then the Stranglers, which I never knew of either.
It's creepy.
And again, I still haven't heard anything from the Stranglers. I
Is that
looked
Nick
up a song.
Cave? Nick Cave.
Oh yeah, there's Nick Cave. There's New Order, which is what Joy Division became. Pretty good. Nick Cave, which I never heard of. He's really popular too, which made me feel like more of an asshole. And then Metallica, you know,
Never heard of them?
They only have one-
They're apparently really popular?
they only have one '80s metal band, just Metallica.
Yeah.
But I guess that makes sense. And then the Pixies. Pixies are great.
The fucking Pixies, yeah.
They have Radiohead.
Radiohead.
Radiohead's great. PJ Harvey. Do you know who PJ Harvey is?
No.
She's fucking great. Then Nirvana.
Is it she?
Yeah, she.
Oh,
PJ Harvey.
okay.
And then Nirvana, duh. And White Stripes. White Stripes are the shit.
Why Stripes are the shit?
And an LCD sound system, which I never got until recently.
Well, okay.
But yeah, like in this, like, and each one is made by different people, and like, I like it because the first, cause maybe like, let's see here, like this, it's like a two-page spread of information about Little Richard, 20 songs you definitely have to listen by him, and then like a selection of albums that are good, and then,
Is it like that for every artist?
yeah, and then a comic about like a song or something. Like this is based around the song "I Lost Lucille." For the Elvis, it like deals about his death. Like he's like this giant dude, and then like he ends up dying, and he falls from a building, and it just ends up him kind of dying. This is really depressing
Huh.
because that's how he died. And then the Beatles are like it's them recording the White Album, which I'm just like flipping through this. This might sound boring. And then there's some comics that I feel like they didn't have time or they just couldn't think of anything and just got lazy. So for the Rolling Stones, they have
What the fuck?
which
Because they're rolling? I don't...
no, because it's like here's the singing,
Yeah.
here's the guitar,
No, I get
bass,
that.
drums, and yeah, it's just not. Nah, I don't like it. I'm not even gonna try to argue for it. It's not good. And then the Kinks is pretty cool. It's about how the Kinks, their popularity, how it wasn't big, and stuff like that. And it's pretty fucking cool. It's like it looks nice. It's
Yeah.
pretty funny. Janis Joplin is about a story when this dude met Janis Joplin, and then Pink Floyd. Each page is a different song by
Yeah.
Pink Floyd, and it's like a visual representation of the song.
I feel like more artists, more artists should do that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel almost like whenever it comes to, what the fuck am I talking about? Like, okay, I guess with a CD it would be like a booklet, but on like iTunes it'd be like cover images. Like it would like cycle through cover image, and then it'd be like the song you're on. It would like switch between the cover image and like that song's like picture, which they made to describe it.
Which lots of people do. I think the Gorillaz did that, like on Demon Days.
Yeah, they did. Well, I mean, like they did that for because like
Plastic Beach too, didn't they?
but they're like, since that is an animated band,
Uh-huh.
like they kind of, I almost feel like it's an obligation to make like
Each one different.
each of their songs have its own picture to go
Which
with
they
it.
do that on the CDs, like on the fold-out thing. There's no lyrics. Each song just gets its own picture, which
That's
is pretty
great.
cool. Yeah. This one about Jimi Hendrix is actually really cool. It's an imagining of like imagine if Jimi Hendrix was just like he wasn't a human. He was like some sort of mystical being,
Okay,
and he didn't die.
did you hear the thing about Jimi Hendrix? Like, apparently there was this like really crazy story about how like he would go and like soak his headband in LSD, which
And
I
then,
don't.
and then cut his
Hold
forehead.
on, I don't doubt that he soaked his headband in LSD.
I'd imagine so.
Or kept LSD in his headband because, like, a drug like LSD can soak through your skin and get to your brain
Uh-huh.
because it's like basically soak through skin, and then the skull it just kind of slips around the skull till it hits
Yeah.
brain.
And
And what it would most likely do if it was on there is it would hit his auditory lobes, which would like affect the way he hears things, which is kind of a crazy way to think about it.
because when you hear how sort of stuff, maybe to him it sounds like the most beautiful like harp ever.
Yeah.
But in realism, it's like really like fuzzy. But you heard about the.
But he was an amazing guitarist.
Oh yeah, he was.
So, but yeah, like the crazy story that he would like slice his forehead open and like
put the the wrist. Yeah,
I don't think he did that.
I don't think he did either, but I mean, it sounds believable.
Yeah.
So like it's him like in a new age like recording studio like in the 21st century, and like there's a bunch of posters around about all the different artists he like hung around with. Like he hung around with a jazz musician, so it's like Miles and Jimmy.
Yeah.
So like, it's really, and then like they give him a right arm that they found, and he has a right arm, and like he burns it. I don't get this.
Does he like burn
fits
the
in.
right arm and
Yeah.
it becomes like it adds to the ability of his right arm?
No, like he's missing an arm.
Oh,
And they give
what?
him they give him an arm. I'm assuming it's his, and he just puts it in the fire. Which is the
Jimi
only part I
Hendrix-
don't necessarily.
Jimi
get.
Hendrix didn't lose an arm though,
No,
did he?
this is just like imagining a fan that's like I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah, I like it though. And then Captain Beefheart. This is another lazy one.
Why is he a fish?
No, he's not a fish. He's this guy. But like, this is from the. There's an album cover. He has a album called was it Trout Replica Mask?
Yeah, I asked why is he a fish? You should have just answered because it's a mask of a
I
trout.
just want to explain it though.
Yeah, but you said he's not a fish.
He's not.
He's a human.
He's a human, obviously. Anyway, so they give you some facts about it. All right, next one.
Well, okay.
That one
I
was
mean,
just-
like that's kind of
For
simple.
Captain Beefheart, like I'd imagine something more creative. Like the Iggy Pop one is really funny.
David Bowie.
The David Bowie one is about like the death of Ziggy Stardust.
Well,
It's actually
okay.
pretty cool. Yeah. And then he comes back as David Bowie.
Kind of sad.
And then here's like a thing. Whenever I look at like my art and I'm like, it's okay, but I don't think it looks nice or really. And then I look at something like this where this dude makes a living off of drawing like this, and I'm like, I feel better about myself. Not saying that as bad as necessarily bad.
His art isn't bad. It's just kind of unpleasant to look at.
Yeah, it's just like he did it quickly.
Han, holy shit!
That's all.
That's fucking Fallout Boy.
No.
I was joking. No,
By the way,
but
I hate
okay.
Fallout Boy.
This kind of looks like Patrick Stump. I'll be honest.
Oh, okay.
Like, old
I don't know who
Patrick
that
Stump.
is. Oh, this is actually a pretty funny story. Apparently, one day Elton John, dressed up as a gorilla, jumped on stage at an Iggy Pop concert, and then I think Iggy's bassist knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah,
But that's pretty cool. So, like, this is a
John's
pretty cool.
crazy motherfucker.
Led Zeppelin, since this is in French, there's no way of. So, they made a little, like, giant picture of stuff defining Led Zeppelin, and it's all in French. So, here's the translation. So, it's. I don't know. I've never read through all this. I just don't feel like it. Nick Drake.
Have you read through all the translation?
No. I just told you I didn't.
I thought you said you read through. You pointed at the
I was
French
like,
stuff.
Yeah. Here's the French stuff, and then over here's the translation. I've never looked through it. I just don't feel like it.
Well, okay.
And then this is Nick Cave, like a Egyptian princess comes visits him and takes him away.
Makes sense.
Makes complete sense, right? But it looks really cool. And Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop is told through the story of Alice in Wonderland. This girl's like bored, and Iggy Pop walks by with his band, and she tries to return his peanut butter to him. The peanut butter, one time Iggy Pop on stage covered himself in peanut butter and then rolled around in broken glass. Because Iggy Pop. Sometimes he'd cover himself in peanut butter and jelly. Just Iggy Pop.
Typical Iggy Pop day.
Typical Iggy. Why are you standing?
It's comfortable.
Okay.
I'm looking at the book too. So
Okay, so this is just a story of this dude who went to a Johnny Thunders.
Johnny
concert.
Thunder.
I like the art style too. It looks
Oh,
cool.
that chick has tits.
Yeah, this girl.
She has tits too. Oh, she looks like the cover of the Gorillaz. What album was that? Where they were all facing to the right.
Oh, Demon Days.
Demon Days. Yeah.
Yeah. And here's Blondie. Blondie, this is actually pretty cool. It's like them setting up to be on the album cover. And then she said, "Fuck y'all," and she makes her solo album, which no one liked. This one's AC/DC.
Active.
Mm-hmm.
Active.
Yeah. It's they're just hanging
Oh, dude,
out.
it's Yoko.
Yes, they're hanging out and they
She has
like,
big tits.
meet up with this like hot chick and they're all trying to get with her. And then it ends with them just having sex. The classics.
All of them.
No, just Bon Scott. He's dead.
Oh.
Next is the Ramones.
The Ramones. The Rolling Manones.
You shut your fucking mouth. And then this
What?
one is I said shut your fucking mouth. So this one is like just I like the
More
art
like the
style, too.
Road Moans. Oh.
Basically, shut up. This is just like them on tour, shit they do on tour. Like here they are sitting in a car, right? Here they are waiting. Those are people, right? And then here they are playing, or they're playing there for a second, and then they're chillaxing, where they chill and relax at the same time. Good
Crashing
time.
the Boys.
There's Six Pistols.
Six Pistols.
Six Pistols.
Six Pistols.
There's only six. So these are the Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
We're really. Why do we? You realize that every once in a while we'll just like get into those moods where we're just like slowly mispronounce what we're saying just for
Yeah.
the fuck of it.
Yeah.
It's not even funny.
I know.
Sex Pistols.
Do you know all their names?
That's Sid Vicious and that's Johnny Rotten
Johnny Rotten. Yeah.
because that's the only people they show.
Aren't there more than
Yes,
those two?
there are
It's like something Rancid, right?
Glenn Matlock, Paul Cook, Steve Jones, and
Sid
Johnny
Vicious and Johnny Rotten.
Rotten. Yeah,
like three normal names, then Sid Vicious and Johnny Rotten.
yeah. And then like after the Sex Pistols quit, he went back to using Johnny Linden. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Linden. Then he made PIL.
Pill.
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 Public Image Limited. This is probably my favorite comic, or yeah, probably. It's about just like this dude. I like the art style, and it's like really like there's a lot of content where like some of these comics are like 2 pages and they just fucking useless. But like this one is actually pretty interesting. It's about how like he got into punk and how he started getting into the Sex
And then
Pistols.
Pill.
And then Pills, which he had the metal box, which I really want the metal box.
Middle box.
It's Pills like second album. They released in a little film canister, and their album is on 3 separate little vinyls inside.
That's
and,
awesome.
and they're not like labeled. They all just say pill, so you kind of have to. The only thing that's differentiating the different vinyls, like the first one's blue, this one's red, this one's green,
Huh.
and that's it.
It's pretty awesome.
It is. Anyway, here's the Clash.
Ash.
Shut up. This is my
Lash.
second favorite.
All I see
Band
is
ever.
Lash. Clash. There it
The
is.
Clash.
The Clash.
There
Holy
we go.
shit.
This one's also a really good comic. It's about how like, I guess about how I discovered the Clash. I don't know. These are pretty cool. Anyway, I don't know what to say anymore about these comics other than
Because they're like, huh?
I don't know. Like the further we get into the book, the better the comics are. And I just don't know what to say about them. This one's interesting. It's just about him liking the Clash.
That's cool.
You know,
The classics.
like the classics. The Stranglers. I have no fucking idea what the Stranglers are. I like this art style though.
I have no idea what the classics are.
The classics are. The Stranglers are. I like this art style though.
Yeah,
It looks nice, doesn't it?
sort of. Looks
Really?
really. It looks extremely 80s.
It's fuck yeah, it is. And it's about him trying to write about the Stranglers, but then there's just too much shit for him to write, so he just gives up.
If you don't know what I mean by it, it looks like extremely 80s. It's like all the lines are
They're
like
bold and sharp.
bold.
they're not
No, it's
detailed.
like bold to fine. Depending
Yeah,
on the
and
show.
there's not a lot of details.
And there isn't a lot of details. It's like,
There's you know those paintings from the 80s where it's like
oh no,
it's
like,
white and then just like in detail, like they'll draw in the woman's eyes, like the shadow her nose leaves, and like
Yeah,
maybe
stuff
her
like that.
lips.
sort of.
Yeah,
But
but cartoonier.
not really like that. Like
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, kind of, but no.
I mean the lines like think of a bowling alley sign, and it's like the lines that would be like underlining that or like surrounding it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Where it's just like thick to thin, and then like it has that like 3 times in opposite directions, and then okay, hold on. You might. No, never mind. I was gonna say the opening to Saved by the Bell, but not really at all. But anyway, keep going.
Oi! This is New Order
You mean
/ Joy Division
Do you mean ordinary?
or New?
No, it's ordinero.
Ordinal.
Ordinero.
Ordinal.
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 You're retarded.
Anyway, New Order is like a band. It was at first it was Joy Division, and then it turned into New Order.
New Order's like a band. Nah. They're in this book because they're a cat food brand.
Shut up.
I don't fucking.
So Joy Division. It was Joy Division. They made 2 albums, and then Ian Curtis hung himself.
Damn.
Now we have New Order. Yeah, I know, right? Like, what a way to kill yourself.
I want
Like, it's nuts.
I wonder why famous people kill themselves.
I'd be too much of a pussy to kill myself. Also,
I have
not
no
even
reason
just
to.
killing myself, but like hating myself is just scary to me.
Yeah.
I want it to be like over like really quick.
I don't know. I'm not. Well, don't kill yourself, but
Yeah.
fucking. I'm not gonna. I can't. I could never do it just because I don't want to.
Well, yeah, I'm not into that.
Who the fuck is this?
I don't know. Isn't that
No, it's not Jigsaw.
No, his name is Billy.
Billy?
Billy.
That works.
Told you.
Yeah,
Billy,
yeah.
it's Billy the puppet.
From what?
Saw. The
No.
killer is Jigsaw. The puppet that he uses is called Billy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
I
know
just
that.
got it. We just got it right.
Huh. Well, okay.
Silly McGee. That's Deadpool.
Yeah, Toast Deadpool. It's Spider-Man for those who can't see it.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'm just playing a character's quest. Keep talking about your book.
So New Order, this
I'm
comic
listening.
is about like this dude's like I like the opening. The opening like words in this comic are I like cemeteries and New Order. Good, good.
Nice.
Because Joy Division is very cemetery. Cemetery. Like this looks nice. Like it's all dark and shit. There's like not a lot of words. It's good.
How do you spell Zorro? And is that Zorro?
Zorro. Yes, it is.
There it is. Yay!
Tasty.
All right, so
That's Papa Smurf.
no, it's
That's
Papa
Smurf. Papa Smurf.
Papa Roach.
It's Papa Smurf.
You
Show
need
me
to
potato salad.
You need to make
Edit,
content.
yeah. That is.
Yeah, just cut this part out. I guess.
Mouse hole. Okay. That looks familiar. Hang on, let me
What the
see.
fuck?
Da 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 da. Because that's
That does look like a mouse hole.
what is it?
However, there's no mouse there. Jerry. Okay, you gotta leave that part in. Like, that's fucking stupid.
Okay, so it's like this. It's a
In the character guessing game, it's basically like they give you like a vaguish picture. Like, you can see what character it is based upon the picture. This is
mouse hole.
no. Okay, it's light brown, and then like for the majority of the picture, and then underneath that, about 10% of the picture is dark brown, and then there's just like a black circle at the bottom,
At the like the lower right corner.
and the fucking answer is Jerry.